moving to Maine about almost 14 years ago. I'm from New Jersey, in case you hadn't noticed. My Maine accent fools a lot of people. So. But it was also the first track on a CD that my friend John and I recorded. He played some original music behind it, and we produced this CD about 4 years ago. This is called Pizza. It also pisses people off, but it's okay. I'll explain it. The state of Maine, my adopted home, of breathtaking natural beauty. Its rocky coast, the lobster boats, quaint little towns, and friendly folks, but why does the pizza suck so? Away from the city, I feel at peace, no longer a rat in a mindless race. I breathe cleaner air with plenty of space, but why does the pizza suck so? Seafood delights at roadside stops, great microbrews flow from local pub taps, Thai food restaurants beyond compare. Still, why must the pizza suck so? On rotating platters, in plexiglass enclosures, the devil's incubator on prominent display, in every single gas station like a greasy infestation, they endlessly spin throughout the day. Thick crusted, mystery cheese coated, not good enough to be mistaken for frozen, oftentimes slathered with some kind of meat, barely recognizable as something to eat. Oh God, how the pizza sucks so. There is little I miss about old NJ, still this one tiny item compels me to say, for all the wonders of Maine that I've come to know, oh why must it be that the pizza sucks so? And it usually makes people angry because they come running up and they say, have you ever been to Otto's? Have you ever been here? You know, I said, bud, nobody in the world ever said, let's go to Maine and get some pizza. All those other things I list, yes. This one's called Desert Dance. For about somewhere between 15 or 20 years, I sang on a Lakota drum. We traveled all over the country at powwows, and I met this fellow, Sam, who's a Navajo, out at a dance we were singing at in New York, and he invited me out to his family powwow out in Mariano Lake, New Mexico. So I wrote this piece called Desert Dance. The song for Grand Entry just ended. The MC is announcing the flag song. I stand still, holding the honor staff Sam asked me to carry. In the arbor, I take a moment to take stock of myself. Then raising my eyes, I observe my surroundings, realizing suddenly how perfect this scene. The drum, the honor guard, and Sam maintain our center. Dancers stand to my left and right, shoulder to shoulder, creating our circle. Shifting my gaze across the arbor, I see the dancers' clothes, ribbon, yarn, fringe, still in motion, driven by the arid wind, nature refusing to stop its dancing for the end of a song. The pastel desert stretches out around us, the cloudless heavens above. This moment will last forever as the one perfect dance in the middle of the desert on the Navajo Res. I was glad to be here to dance among strangers, all my friends. This one's called Get Out. I hear the false prophets, the mainstream media messiahs, pouring forth doom and damnation. But will the country's destruction depend on the next election? I doubt it. The course we are on was forewarned by those alive in the past, when prophets had vision, untainted by social media's ignorant decisions. To face the facts of today, it all amounts to ones and zeros, not rights or likes or shares. Who cares? Technology won't save us. It's here to rob and rape us of human touch and concern. The internet's fake. It can never remake fresh air, clean water, or green grass. Your smartphone won't save you. It will only enslave you, isolate you, cause you to doubt and fear. It's a tool to be used that we tend to abuse and value it more than it's worth. Your website is not who you are. Texts and tweets should never replace any chance to spend time face to face. When you're out with friends, put your phone away. Give listening a try should you have nothing to say. So get out. Enjoy family, friends, and life. Your world won't be affected by the person elected as much as it will be if you don't make memories with the flesh and blood people you love. Heroes. We have an annual dance every year down in Red Hook, New York. It's the Hallowell Society. And every year we raise, we have a ceremonial flag raising for veterans. And my father was one of the flags we raised. World War II, the U.S. Army, stationed aboard ship, island hopping around Australia. He didn't talk much about the war. I managed to draw out a few expedient tales. How he hadn't drawn pay in 4 years, missing the paymaster through late arrival or early departure, playing poker on deck, gambling with millions of captured Dutch gelders, or stealing 400 cases of canned chicken to discover at sea they were cans of chili con carne. He still became indignant at the supplier's deception and theft through fiendishly mislabeled cans. He had an argument with a Dutch captain who insisted on flying the Dutch flag above the American flag on a U.S. commissioned ship. His refusal to do so cost him his stripes. After the war, he married a woman who bore him 4 sons. On the day of my high school graduation, that same woman told me he wasn't our father. Then she left us a short time later. He did not. So I am here, standing within a circle of heroes, each hero represented by an American flag. Each flag flies above a lodgepole. Eyes raised, I gaze at my father's flag. It has flown today, proudly waving over the arbor of our annual ceremonial dance, Hallowell. It is evening, time to lower the flags. My son arrived in time to assist me, instantly converting a special moment into a spectacular moment. The flag, the stars and stripes that my son and I are folding, one my father was so proud of it cost him his stripes, but that's not what made him a hero. Because when some would have walked away from an untrustworthy woman with 4 children not his own, he stayed, he cared, he raised us. Now that's a hero. It's one I wrote just the other day. It's called Look Up. It has to deal with life's little trials and tribulations. There are days when no matter how you place the coffee cup in the microwave, when it has finished its slow rotation, being radiated and steaming hot, the handle will be facing away. Those same days, coupled with the times that regardless of your ability to balance, the toast you made to have with your coffee will fall, jelly side down, on your clothes or carpet. On those days, if it's not overcast, I go look up at the sky. Day or night, it rarely fails to amaze me and make me smile. Big billowing clouds or crisp, clear blue, moon in the daytime or stars late at night. The sky is a glorious free show, a gift that's different every day. And all you have to do to enjoy it is look up and forget about the scalding microwave and the jelly-stained clothes or carpet. Luck of the draw. God and Satan seated at a table in the DMZ halfway between heaven and hell, entrenched in a no-holds-barred game of Texas Hold'em, the pot overflowing with Earth's good and evil. The devil bets 3 predatory pedophiles, 2 serial killers, and a rapist. God calls with 4 compassionate mainstream religious zealots, a fence-sitting Unitarian, and a Gandhi replica. Satan could draw to an inside straight, but God looks good for a flush. It all comes down to the flop. Earth's inhabitants hold their breath, praying for a draw. Sorry. Mistakes. This is a field trip I took when I was a kid. Mistakes. I remember the year in grammar school when they herded us bobbleheads onto a bus, transporting us to New York City at Central Park West to the Museum of Natural History. In the Hall of Dinosaurs, we stared up at the towering tripod of bones and teeth called Tyrannosaurus Rex. I wondered how the scientists were certain that the giant calcium jigsaw puzzle was correctly assembled. Never having seen one alive, couldn't they have made a mistake? Then, 30 years later, they found out they had. There must have been fury, fights with yelling and hurt feelings, just like my first marriage. There was no reassembling that disastrous mistake. Better to cover it with dirt and walk away. So smart people and stupid people make mistakes, at the same rate perhaps. But it seems to me that smart people's mistakes affect more people on a wider scale, where stupid people only hurt the ones they love. I wonder if in a few million years, when some future highly evolved creature discovers human bones, will they assemble them correctly, Or will they put our skulls up where our asses should be? And if they did, who could blame them? One more? All right, one more. Okay, one more quick one. This one I'm going to read because tomorrow I have an anniversary. I'll be celebrating 9 months sobriety. That was a cheap applause. All right. Temptation. It's everywhere, a siren song, sung by society and advertisers. On TV, people in the ads always display only two moods: laughing, having the time of their life, or smooth, cool, and sophisticated, like James Bond, shaken, not stirred. Supermarkets with entire aisles overflowing, displays in your face, alcohol piled high. Bars and liquor stores suddenly appear on every corner, music and laughter emanating from within. There have been times it's called to me, the clever call of alcohol. Have a social drink, just one. What's the harm in that? But I don't reach for a drink. I reach for the big book. I reach for my higher power. If I feel myself weakening, there's a meeting somewhere. I concentrate on how sunny life is, not clouding it with alcohol. So I won't give up and I won't give in to temptation. Thank you very much.